to a filling station where he was allegedly assaulted. Our Worldview reporter Nobesuthu Hejana brings us more.
Police in Vereeniging have confirmed that a case of assault with intent to do grievous bodily harm was opened after the brutal attack on Lazarus Malachi.
We can confirm at the South African Police Services that a case of assault was opened on the 4th.
Behind me is a garage where Lazarus Malachi was assaulted by two white males. Police have confirmed in arresting one suspect and say they will soon make their second arrest for the second suspect. However, Malachi family is pleading with the authorities to ensure that the suspects are punished accordingly. Nobesuthu Hejana in Vereeniging.
The High Court in Pretoria has declared the suspension of Home Affairs Director General Mkhuseli Apleni as unconstitutional. Judge Hans Fabricius ruled that former Home Affairs Minister Hlengiwe Mkhize had no authority to suspend Apleni. It only took a minute for Judge Fabricius to deliver his ruling, declaring the suspension of Mkhuseli Apleni unconstitutional. He says the respondent will now have to pay for the costs. Nobesuthu Hejana, Pretoria. The defense, together with the state prosecution on the Mduduzi Manana case, says they did not have a chance to study the report that will determine his sentence, as it was brought late in court. A confident Manana says justice must be served and he is remorseful of his actions.
After this, I'm going to reach out to the victims. I'm going to reach out to their families and apologize.
The sentencing proceedings continue on Wednesday. Matters related to the sentencing of former Higher Education Deputy Minister Mduduzi Manana have been postponed for tomorrow morning. The postponement comes as the reports coming from the correctional services and also the probation officers were brought to court late. However, Manana's co-accused will know their fate next week Thursday. Nobesuthu Hejana, Randburg, Johannesburg.
And Chris Hani Road and in Bramfisher. We've also had other residential areas in Diepslot where a number of people were taken to the fire station overnight because their shacks were flooded.
The South African Weather Services has warned Gauteng residents to be safe as heavy rains are expected throughout the province. However, the residents of Alexandra Informal Township say they are appealing to the government to remove them from the slum. Nobesuthu Hejana, Alexandra Township in Gauteng. A racist rant proves very expensive indeed for Vicky Mumberg. A Randburg Magistrates Court sentences the former estate agent to 3 years behind bars with 1 year suspended. Mumberg was found guilty on 4 counts of criminal injuria in November 2017 following a racist rant the previous year. Handing down judgment, Magistrate Pravina said Mumberg had shown no remorse for her actions.
And as such, a strong message has to be sent out.
If Mumberg's appeal fails, she could be the first South African in prison for the use of the K-word. The Randburg Magistrate Court has rejected the bail application for former real estate Vicky Mumberg. Mumberg will, however, though remain in custody as she awaits for her leave to appeal. Nobesuthu Hejana, Randburg Magistrate Court. In terms of like the tariffs that have been introduced by United States President Donald Trump of the 5%,
yes,
which would later go to 25%,
yes,
if the issues between Mexico and America are not sorted, how is it affecting people from Mexico and those who are staying in America?
I don't think it's going to work because we must so codependent one nation to the other. And Mexico's already thinking of if you raise up our tariffs, we're gonna raise up yours, and we don't want to get into that war, right? but that's gonna be maybe the only thing that's gonna happen, and everybody has to pay a higher price in America and in Mexico. I think that what we need to do is for the United States to help us.
The Department of Communications says interactions with the hearing-impaired youth will bring relevant stakeholders forward to solve the many issues that they are facing. About the sacrifices made by the class of '76 and encourage not to think less of themselves. The Minister of Communications, Nomvula Mukunyane, says the country does not need a legislation to address issues affecting the deaf community. The minister says everyone is responsible in ensuring that every human being is treated the same. Nobesuthi Ejana, Soweto. A bid to reduce Easter weekend carnage on the roads, and already transport officials are seeing some early successes.
I am still concerned that there are just still too many infringements on the road.
Authorities are appealing to motorists to be part of the solution to this alarming trend. The Minister of Transport, Dr. Blade Nzimande, has warned motorists to cooperate with traffic officials during roadblocks, as roads are expected to be busy over the weekend. Nobesuthi Ejana in Gauteng. Political leaders of Mogale City and Rustenburg municipalities say the joint collaboration is aimed at ridding the two cities of the scourge of drugs, human trafficking, and other criminal-related activities.
It happened, I don't know, it's a false alarm. What umone Eswaniville. We went to Eswaniville, nabantwana bam sayomfuna.
While many of these brothels were closed down in response to the community outrage over the lack of police taking actions when it comes to drug-related crimes and human trafficking, the community of Kagiso say they have seen change ever since Police Minister Fikile Mbalula visited the area. Nobesuthi Ejana in Mogale City.